Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Baha, Wakakodash, Yahweh, which is the one and true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and true name is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Irazakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. In this lesson, it's going to be titled as The Lord Set Up Men to Follow. This lesson is going to be titled as The Lord Set Up Men to Follow. Because you have Israelite Jakes, you got Jakes in this thing. In other words, they believe that they can follow all the Hebrew Israelites to get the truth. You know, they have this slogan that's called chew the meat and spit out the bones. Well, you can't just be eating any meat and spitting out the bones. You got to go according to the scriptures. You have to follow, what the men are speaking, what the doctrine they are teaching, if they're teaching the correct doctrine or not. And you can't follow all the Hebrew Israelite groups because they're not all the same. So we're going to get some scriptures out. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And this is Ezekiel chapter 13. And we're going to read verse 13. Ezekiel 13:1. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, it says, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts. And that word heart is a Hebrew word which means lab, which means mind. So you got prophets that's claiming to be men of the Lord, but they're speaking from their own belly. They're not speaking the oracles of Yahweh Bahashim Yashai. They're not teaching the doctrine in truth and sincerity. They're teaching this truth for vainglory purposes or for the benefit of wealth, of money. They're not doing it for salvation purposes. So this is why you don't want to follow every single Hebrew Israelite group, because they're not all the same. Don't be following these 501c3 charter religions, and don't be following these 501c3 charter Israelite groups. You want to follow one camp. Don't follow any other camp but one camp. That is Great Millstone Hebrew Israelites. They're going to give you the 100% truth. They're going to give you the good things and the bad things and the truth. These other Israelite groups, they just give you the good things and not the bad things, because the Lord works in perfect balance. All right, the Lord works in perfect balance. Let's read it again. Ezekiel 13:2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, meaning their minds, hear ye the word of the Lord. All right, so you got to be aware of what a particular individual is teaching before you can just assume that he's a man of the Lord, especially if he's not teaching the correct doctrine. Any dude out there that's teaching that the MOTB is sin or the MOTB is spiritual, he is a false prophet. If you got an individual out there that say there is no such thing as an MOTB, he's a false prophet. If the individual is teaching that the MOTB is a cell phone, he is a false prophet. Verse 3. Thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. And that's what these individuals are doing. They're prophesying out of their own belly. They're teaching false doctrine. They're sold out. They're getting paid to deceive the people, our people, the Israelites. And you can't be gullible Just because a dude has a King James version Bible in his hand with an apocrypher, he has a nice afro, a nice shaped beard, he has a garment on, he has a 12 tribe chart. That doesn't make him the man of the Lord if he's not teaching this gospel correctly. If he's not teaching the 100% truth. All right? And we're going to get Galatians 5:17, because the scriptures already tells us Salakia. The scriptures already tells us on what we are to do. And actually, see if I can get that scripture out. Here we go. Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions, and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So this is why the men of the Lord rebuke so heavy. We have to mark those who cause divisions contrary to the doctrine. If an individual is teaching something that is not in the scriptures, for example, you got individuals out there teaching that the MOTB is sin and it's spiritual. That's incorrect. All right? How could the MOTB be spiritual? That don't make no sense. Now there is a spiritual MARK, or spiritual MARK, which the spiritual MARK goes to Ezekiel the 9th chapter. But when they read Revelations 13, they say that that's spiritual, which that's clearly going off, because we know that it's a physical thing. So we have to mark those who cause division contrary. That word contrary means opposite. You teaching a totally different doctrine. So we have to mark those. All right, for the elect's sake, the elect sake. Salakia. Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learnt, and avoid them. So you are to avoid those individuals. If they going off on the scriptures and they teaching a totally different doctrine, you are to mark them. You are to rebuke them, because they're scattering the flock. Right? And this is verse 18. Look at what verse 18 says. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. They don't serve the Lord. Because if they serve the Lord, they will be teaching this good word in truth and sincerity. Like them one body guys. They teach that there was no such thing as slavery. You know? They teach that Moses never parted the Red Sea. They teaching that Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, never did miracles. These guys are sold out. They're agents, right? They're paid. They're puppets. They're those wolves in sheep clothing. So you can't believe just anybody. You have to know who's teaching the correct doctrine or not, and you will understand it. You will know and see who's teaching the correct doctrine or not. So you can't just follow anybody. Romans 16:18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts, meaning the minds of the simple. And that's what you got going on right now. You got these Israelite groups, they deceiving the simple, the minds of the simple. Right? They just giving them good things all the time. You got Jakes out there now. You got these groups out there now saying that the truth is boring because they can't have fun. They can't party. You are to put that old person off when you come into the truth. You can't be partying and doing all that. You might as well go back to Christianity, because this is about the Lord. This is about the truth. You know, you guys out there that have those type of spirits, you know, to be teaching false doctrine, or you want to have fun, then you're not in the truth for salvation purposes. You in it for a worldly aspect of it, and you're gonna be destroyed. That's what's gonna pretty much happen to you, to those individuals out there. So you would want to learn this truth and really put off the old man, as the scriptures say, because we got to be new creatures out here, man. You know, we can't be bringing our old worldly lusts into the truth, man. That's not, you're not fully being transformed into that new creature, right? And I'm thinking of the precept right now that I want to get out. The Second Timothy. Here it is. This is 2 Timothy 4:2. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Right? It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Right? Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Verse 3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. You have many individuals that fell out of this thing. Either they didn't have the fire on them. They had the fire on them in the beginning, but then later in their journey, they begin to lose the flames. They begin to lose the fire that they had, and then they wind up falling out. Or they had individuals that got kicked out, and then they linked up with those individuals that got kicked out, and then those demons that was on the individual that got kicked out hops on them, and then they wind up being deceived to fall out of the truth. You don't want to be that individual, man. This is what is really happening amongst Israel. We've seen it happen. 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. So I'm giving you Jakes out there a heads up. You guys out there, if you are a follower of Great Millstone, you are not to be linking up with any dude that got kicked out of Great Millstone. That is a bad situation to put yourself in this thing. The elders strictly told us not too long ago not to link up with any ex-member of GMS. Even if he was a leader at one time, even if he was an elder at one time, you are not to link up with that individual. Don't go out to camp with that individual. Don't do no sit downs with that individual. You are to stay away from that individual. Why? Because this is what will happen to you. 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Those individuals, I'm not saying all of those, all of the brothers that got kicked out of GMS is going off. I mean, not going off, but wicked. But you had individuals that got kicked out of Great Millstone, and they winded up falling out. They got kicked out. They taught the word for a certain amount of years, some certain amount of times, but then they wind up directing the ones that were followers into the wrong direction, the wrong path, and they wind up bugging out and falling out of the truth. You don't want to be deceived, because just like what Elder Manata Zagba said, if you are a Jake to wind up getting caught up in that situation, there's nothing they can do to help you at that time, at that moment. Because you made the decision to link up with these guys. You are to avoid these individuals. And I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. Any dude that's an ex-member of GMS, you as a follower of Great Millstone are not supposed to link up with them. They can lead you into the wrong direction, the wrong path. I mean, you brothers out there, do what you want, but you're going to find out that you fucked up. And it's going to be hard for you to come back to the truth. Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. You don't want to be that individual. Linking up with ex-members of GMS can put you in that situation. You will leave away from the truth. You don't want to be that individual. And shall be turned onto fables, bugged out doctrines. The 12 tribe chart is false. It's not about putting in works. What's some other shit they say? We're supposed to love the 2/3. These are the concepts that will happen, that will come upon you. Nuclear missiles isn't in the Bible. Shit like that. You will wind up turning into fables, man. Verse 5, it says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, and make full proof of thy ministry. That's your purpose in the truth. making proof of your ministry, enduring through your afflictions, right? Showing yourself worthy in the eyes of the Lord. But you are to avoid those individuals. Do not link up with those individuals. I mean, you brothers out there, hey, do what you want to do, but just know you're gonna be put in a bad situation linking up with these former members of GMS, and the elders already told us not to do that because they can lead you in the wrong path. They can lead you in the wrong path, man. You're not to be linking up, doing no camps, no lessons with any ex-member. I'm saying ex-members. You're not supposed to be around them. They got kicked out for a reason. You know, a brother may be cool, but just like what the elders say, cool is not good. A brother that's cool is not good. All right? He can mislead you in the wrong direction. And once you misled to the wrong direction, like the elder said, there's nothing they can do to help you. There's nothing that I can do to help you because you're going to have to stay the fuck away from me at that moment. Hate to be like that, but hey, you made the decisions to link up with dudes that got kicked out of groups, and you put yourself in that situation. So you can't come around me. Stay away from me. Stay the hell away from me if you that individual. If you linking up with ex-members of GMS, you stay the fuck away from me. I have to be like that. You stay away from me, my camp, and my guys. You stay the fuck away from us. Do what you want, but it's going to lead your ass in the wrong situation. Wrong path. We don't need them bugged out spirits around us. You got to follow the scriptures and instructions. Do not be linking up with all these dudes, man. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm warning and telling you. Right? Let me get that precept thinking off the top of the head. Oops. No, I didn't mean to put that. Salakia. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this then. Salakia. 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets among. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you. So there was false teachers then, and there's false teachers now. You got false prophets. Don't follow all those Hebrew Israelite groups. Don't follow individuals that got kicked out and they're ex-members of certain groups. You want to stay away from those individuals. It's a reason why they got kicked out. It says, who privily shall bring in an damnable heresies, meaning lies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves a swift destruction. Those individuals are going to bring upon themselves a swift destruction, and you don't want to be caught up in the middle of that swift destruction. This is why you don't want to be linking up with every single dude. It's because a brother's cool. It don't matter about a brother being cool. If he's an ex-member of GMS, you're to cut ties. Don't even speak to him. Don't even speak to him. Don't fellowship with him. Don't be around him. Alright? Don't be around no dude that's teaching a different doctrine than you do. If he don't acknowledge the Messiah, you stay away from that individual. If he don't acknowledge the Messiah, stay away from that individual, man. Because he's nothing but bad news. Bad news. He's nothing but bad news. I'm telling you and I'm letting you know for experience. He is bad news. The elders and Apostle Great Millstone is telling you that for a reason. Because if they didn't care about us, they would let us do it and fall. But they care for us. They are our parents and they're trying to guide us in the right direction. Stay away from those individuals that got kicked out of a camp. I'm telling you, followers, if you call yourself a follower of Great Millstone, stay away from those ex-members of GMS. I'm just letting you know that. There's individuals, I ain't going to say no name. There's brothers that I've seen. You're around those individuals. Stay away from them. You can listen to me or not, but it's going to be on you. Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. So you want to watch out for those individuals. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter my sheep and my pasture, saith the Lord. These are the 501c3 charter religions. And this is also go to those 501c3 charter Israelite groups. Those are false prophets, man. You want to avoid those individuals. Verse 2. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, right? Which are you Israelites, yet have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. See, so you're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord. You're gonna be destroyed. If you're a Jake out there teaching false doctrine, you're gonna be destroyed. The Lord is gonna destroy you for teaching false doctrine. You're gonna be held accountable for what you do. You know? So again, you want to avoid these individuals. You want to avoid these individuals, man. Get that other precept. Just thinking off the top of my head, brothers. Right? Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing. Right. You got a lot of jakes that judges off the outward appearance. Oh, those guys have got to be the men of the Lord. They got fancy garments on. They got nice beard, a nice afro. They reading from the King James Bible. Yeah, but that don't make them a men of the Lord. If they're not teaching the correct doctrine, that doesn't make them a men of the Lord. If they teaching false doctrine and they're going off on the scriptures, they are false prophet. They are not a man of the Lord. Just because a dude got a nice garment with a nice shaped beard, nice shaped afro, he got a King James Bible and a apocrypha in his hand, that don't make him a man of the Lord. If he's not teaching the same doctrine as Great Millstone, that don't make him a man of the Lord. He's a false prophet. If he's teaching false doctrine, he is a false prophet. Matthew 7:15. Beware of these prophets. So the Lord is already warning us and telling us to be aware of them. That includes these ex-members of GMS that got kicked out. I'm talking about the ones that got kicked out. Ex-members of GMS. You as a follower of Great Millstone, you're claiming to be a follower of Great Millstone, you're under the banner of Great Millstone, do not link up with those individuals. It's going to put you in a bad situation. Matthew 7:15. It says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. So you want to watch out for those. You got false prophets out there. Right? If there's a Jake out there saying that nuclear missiles is not in the Bible, he's a false prophet. If you got individuals out there, you around an individual, you see individuals saying that he's the Messiah, he's a false prophet. He's a false prophet. You gotta be aware of these people. You gotta know when they're going off on the scriptures. You can know it easily. You know, so you want to avoid these individuals. So hey, I just want to do a quick hit on that. Lord willing, that's edifying. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Yahweh Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole full elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And Lord willing, that's edifying. Till next time I say shalom. To you followers out there that's claiming to be followers of Great Millstone, avoid and watch out. Don't be hanging out and linking up with ex-members of GMS. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You want to avoid that. Because again, you get put in that situation, there's nothing that I or the elders can do about it. You made that decision, you're going to drown in it. Shalom.